Hours after being charged with criminal homicide, a York City man was found dead in Alabama. What police are saying about the investigation.
Encampments are being cleared out today as part of York City's compassionate clear out.
To see the amount of items and trash and debris, was mind-boggling.
We'll tell you about the efforts happening in Bance Park and what local community members are doing to help soften the blow.
$1,000 a week for working just 1 hour a day. That sounds too good to be true, and I'm on your side with why that's a scam.
A Susquehanna Valley Miracle family with a message.
Help give back to those that have helped us during an incredibly difficult time.
What the Children's Miracle Network did for them. It's a chance to see why your donations matter.
WGAL News 8 at 6 starts now.
The News 8 team live covering two big stories for you tonight. Encampments in York are now cleared out. But let's begin tonight with new information on a deadly shooting in Manheim, Lancaster County. Good evening. I'm Lori Burkholder.
And I'm Jerry Gish. The man police say shot and killed a woman in Manheim, Lancaster County took his own life in Alabama. News 8's Sarah Metz is following the details and joins us live from Manheim tonight. Sarah.
Manheim Borough Police say not long after they filed a criminal homicide charge against Michael Bocha, he then called this police department threatening to die by suicide. Police in Alabama say then they found his body inside his vehicle about 40 minutes north of Birmingham. Michael Bocha is accused of shooting and killing 37-year-old Keisha Gonzalez inside her apartment on North Main Street on Monday morning.
I tried to do CPR and I checked her pulse and she had no pulse. So then I just did CPR and it was just too late. I seen the shot in the head.
All I saw were two investigators walking up and down the street, and I heard a fire truck this morning.
Manheim Borough Police say Bocha was in the area earlier that morning. Court documents show about 10 minutes before the shooting, he contacted one of Keisha's children asking if they left for school. Neighbors told police they heard Keisha yelling for help. One of them ran upstairs to her unit, but court documents say Bocha answered the door and pointed a gun at them. I spoke to friends of Keisha today. They tell me she was a kind, funny person and a great mom. They say she truly loved her two children and she was their rock.
That's my worry, man. It's the children. They're going to be infected of this.
Bocha's mother actually told police that hours after the shooting, he gave her a call telling her that he did something bad and that he was sorry. Now, police say Bocha previously was also convicted of other domestic violence related crimes like stalking and simple assault. In Manheim, Sarah Metz, WGAL News 8.
Sarah, thank you. 3 people charged in a Lebanon triple homicide, including the deaths of 2 children, pleaded guilty today. Alex Torres Santos, Yvonne Claudio Rosero, and James Fernandez Reyes all pleaded guilty to criminal homicide. The shooting happened May 30th, 2023 on North 5th Street. The victims were brothers 8-year-old Jesus and 9-year-old Sebastian Perez Salome, who were playing with kittens on their back porch, and 19-year-old Josh Lugo Perez. A 4th person, a next-door neighbor, was shot but survived. Police found 30 shell casings at the scene, with a majority of the rounds coming from an AR-15. Torres Santos and Claudio Rosero will proceed to sentencing. Fernandez Reyes, who was a juvenile at the time of the shooting, must undergo a lengthy sentencing hearing to determine whether he can be rehabilitated in prison.
Harrisburg police are investigating a shooting. This happened just before midnight last night on Derry Street. Police say a man suffered non-life-threatening injuries. In Adams County, man pled no contest today, to neglect of a care-dependent person who was in hospice. Mark Detheridge of Ortana was originally charged with involuntary manslaughter and aggravated assault of his mother, who he was caring for. But those 2 charges were dropped as part of a plea agreement. He will be sentenced in August. According to charging documents, Detheridge admitted he had been drinking and was frustrated when his mother was trying to get out of bed around 4 a.m. on February the 12th. The document said he grabbed her by the throat and slammed her down on the bed.
York's compassionate clear-out has happened. This is what Bance Park looked like back on April 30th, and this is what it looks like today. Empty and with police tape up. News 8's Marcy Walsh joins us live. Marcy, what did the clear-out entail today?
Jerry, crews were here almost all day. They started at 6 o'clock and they didn't leave until 4. Banks Park is still roped off, caution tape and these barriers up, and crews were going in and out of the wooded area all day, clearing out debris and trash. But while this is happening, some community organizations are stepping up to the plate, trying to lend their neighbors a helping hand that were cleared out of the encampment.
This is the largest encampment in York City history. So homelessness, unhoused, it's a cycle, but we needed to address this before it got worse.
Tuesday marks the end of the 30-day compassionate clear-out. The encampment by Banks Park removed. In response, the basement of the Temple Grace Ministries Church is being transformed in an effort to help those impacted by the clear-out. Bishop Danny Evans says the idea started by attending a community meeting about homelessness.
Statistics and the numbers of which are like extremely high. But then the thing that gets my attention is a little lady waves her hand and says, "Hi, I'm one of the homeless people and I live in the woods right back here behind Banks Park." Well, you know, my pastoral heart kicked in immediately.
The church welcomed its first group of community members Monday night.
They said, "Bishop, I've not slept like that in one guy said, I haven't slept like that in over a year and a half. He says, I've been in the woods for 1.5 years. I could not believe it. So I'm excited about the possibilities.
The bishop aims for the center to be more than just a place to sleep at night, but to be a source of hope, too, to break the cycle.
The empowerment concept is to do just that, to empower, to infuse, to charge, and to motivate them to understand I can do it. That's the key.
Mayor Sandy Walker says the York community has really stepped up.
It's about unity. So we always appreciate our service providers. I do think we need to make sure that we're working out all the kinks, but when community steps up, we all benefit. So I appreciate all of the help and the outreach.
And Temple of Grace is fundraising to try and see if they can help as many community members as possible. Friends and Neighbors, another nonprofit outreach group, says anyone infected by today's clear out is welcome to contact them. Live in York City, I'm Marcy Walsh, WGAL.